Doesn't it feel great to be alive? Hey, baseball YouTube youth, baseball fans, hope all you guys are having a great Wednesday Eve and Hump Eve and Tuesday as well, guys. By the way, happy Tuesday and happy one day closer to Friday. Man, we have a very interesting episode ahead of us today or tonight. We're going to talk about a rumor regarding Atlanta Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. We are going to talk about former Boise Hawk Kris Bryant and the Colorado Rockies guys. And we, by the way, are only 10 days away from 2026 MLB Spring Training Baseball. Okay, guys, so first, before we get into all the stuff around Ronald Acuna Jr. and the rumor, and then on former Boise Hawks player and All-Star Kris Bryant, I wanted to give you guys an update on main event Baseball with Ryan in 2026 MLB Spring Training. I haven't said this a whole lot. Every year I go to Arizona in the Cactus League for spring training, MLB and minor league spring training. This year is going to be a little bit different, but extra special, because I will have main event Baseball with Ryan YouTube coverage from spring training in the Grapefruit League in Florida and the Cactus League in Arizona. I leave for Florida on Saturday, the 28th of February, so the very last day of February, and I will be at two games in Florida. I'm not going to tell you, I know the games that I am going to, but I am not going to reveal them to you at the moment, guys. And I'm not going to reveal what games in Arizona I'm going to, but I am going to say that February 28th, 2026, I board a plane to Florida for the Grapefruit League in MLB Spring Training. So that will be a fun time, and you guys will definitely have more info as we get closer to that. But now, guys, it is time to talk about the rumor surrounding Team Venezuela in the WBC outfielder and Atlanta Braves outfielder and All-Star, possibly the face of the Atlanta Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. All right, guys, so again, this is just a rumor regarding Team Venezuela and Atlanta Braves outfielder Ronald Acuna Jr. Ronald Acuna Jr., again, it is just nothing more than a rumor at the moment. It has been suspended for at least one MLB spring training game for his participation in this past Super Bowl Sunday halftime show with Bad Bunny. I can confirm one thing. The Atlanta Braves are not too happy about it, but if Ronald Acuna Jr. is going to face a suspension, there's a lot of media talk about that, like that, he's going to get suspended or he's not going to be able to play in the WBC for Team Venezuela. At the moment, the suspension and the maybe not be able to play in the WBC for Venezuela is just a rumor. It is not confirmed to be a fact at the moment, although that could turn into a fact. In case you guys did not know, Ronald Acuna Jr. this past Sunday at the Super Bowl was a part of Bad Bunny's halftime show. The Atlanta Braves have been very vocal about that on their social media and in press conferences. The Atlanta Braves have already talked about it in 3 separate different press conferences, guys. I did not watch the halftime show, nor did I watch the Super Bowl. But when I looked at the halftime show a little closely, I did see Ronald Acuna Jr., guys. So there is like a legalization process of insurance, of accountability. And that's kind of what the Atlanta Braves at this moment are a little upset about. So it will get suspended. We don't know yet. It's just a rumor going around that he is suspended. But until it is either confirmed or declined, it just goes as a rumor. But that is regarding a Braves right fielder, Ronald Acuna Jr. I don't really think I should be going into much more detail about it, but there you guys have it. All right, baseball fans, now we are going to talk about some, I don't want to call this breaking news on former Chicago Cub World Series champion and former Boise Hawks player of Kris Bryant. Kris Bryant, guys, is entering his 5th year with the Colorado Rockies, maybe the worst team in the National League. And it's really sad that Kris Bryant is actually going to start off spring training and the regular season on the IL, guys. And yes, guys, you know, Kris Bryant, only the last time Kris Bryant played a MLB regular season game with the Colorado Rockies, you would have to go all the way back into the time machine of April 14th of last year. Kris Bryant, since that day, has not played a regular season game with the Colorado Rockies, guys. And, you know, this is a former World Series champion. This is a former Rookie of the Year, MVP, you name it. And it kind of feels like that Kris Bryant's time with the Rockies has been more on the IL, more not playing, more in the minor leagues, and really not being the Kris Bryant that we all knew when he was with the Chicago Cubbies. And, you know, now knowing that he will kick off and begin the 2026 MLB spring training and MLB regular season on the IL, it brings up the bold question that all the way back in 2022, when the Colorado Rockies took a huge chance on getting Kris Bryant and they signed him to a big $182 million contract. And, you know, it feels like 90% of his time with the Colorado Rockies has been on the IL. And I mean, this is a guy that signed with the Colorado Rockies all the way back in 2022. And so he's now entering year 5 with the Colorado Rockies, and he's barely had any playing time, you know? So it kind of, you know, it's got to be frustrating for the Colorado Rockies to have this going on. It's definitely a problem that they need to address. You know, will Kris Bryant get released? Over 90% of his time with the Colorado Rockies has literally been pure suck. You know, on IL, injury after injury. It's kind of like Kris Bryant can just not catch a break. And so I wanted to really address this pretty aggressively, you know, because again, the Colorado Rockies took a really big chance on Kris Bryant, and it's just like he's either getting bad luck or it's just not panning out to what they believed it would. But, you know, I believe, in my opinion, that, you know, maybe Kris Bryant is having just pure bad luck with the Colorado Rockies. But, you know, I mean, he's entering his 5th year with the Rockies. He's barely had any playing time because he's been on the IL like all that time. So, I don't know. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know if the Rockies, I bet now at the moment they're seeing that this guy they took a really big chance on. I don't know. I mean, literally, guys, it's been 90% of the time that Kris Bryant has been a Colorado Rocky, or at least more of 90% of the time, he's just been on the IL. I mean, he's not performing at the, maybe not the elite level, but at the level the Rockies kind of expected. And it's got to be taking a toll on, Rockies fans and the front office and all of that. So here's really my question to you guys is, should the Colorado Rockies release Kris Bryant? Should the Colorado Rockies do this? It's a tough call and a really tough decision to make. But it's just, maybe it's not working out with this. Yeah. I mean, the announcement that Kris Bryant and all that, it was made earlier today. And it's at least 90% of his time he's been on the IL with the Rockies, so he's not able to perform. So, what? It's like, what do the Rockies do now? All right, guys. Well, now we can go from really unfortunate news to really exciting baseball news, guys. As of right now and today, baseball is back, baby! Yeah, pitchers and catchers officially reported today, not for all 30 MLB teams, but for at least a couple. So we are finally back in baseball season. And like I said at the beginning of the video, guys, we are only 10 short days away from 2026 MLB spring training baseball games. 10 to 11 days away, depending on what team you guys are rooting for, guys. But the magic number is now 4 for the official kickoff of college baseball season. Like I said, some colleges have already began their 2026 baseball season, but we are finally back in baseball season, and it feels so good and lovely and magical to literally say that we are finally back in baseball season, guys. I mean, the feeling to say that and the word finally, it gives me goosebumps. So, I don't know what to say. Baseball is back. The weather is getting warmer, but literally, guys, a week from this Friday, we will have the beginning of 2026 MLB spring training baseball. And if that was not enough, we are literally we're like a few weeks away from the beginning of the 2026 World Baseball Classic, where every single game of the WBC World Baseball Classic will feel like a Game 7 of the MLB World Series. So, the feeling is different, but there was a buzz in the air, guys. And literally, we are just a little over a month away from the release of the newest MLB The Show video game. With all of that going on, you can definitely feel the vibe that baseball is back and it's in the air. And there's no other way to describe it, to feel it, to say it. Baseball is back, guys. And, this Friday and this weekend, we will be covering baseball games on the channel. It will be college baseball, but we will be talking about the game highlights and everything. That all comes down this weekend, starting this Friday, right here on Main Event Baseball with Ryan. And in the coming days, I will tell you what game we are going to be calling, talking about all that bippity boppity boo on the channel, guys. So you guys will definitely want to stay tuned for all of that. But you know, I mean, pitches and catches reporting today. We are literally finally back in baseball season, you know. So, you know, but I mean, like I said about the college baseball, in 4 days, some colleges have literally already began their season, and we wish those teams the absolute best of luck, guys. But oh my gosh, I mean, like I get goosebumps this time of the year saying that baseball is back. I mean, that's the only way I can describe it, you know, is the goosebumps. So, but I cannot wait, guys. I mean, a week from Friday, MLB spring training games. And, you know, I mean, it's going to be on one side great for me, but on another side tough, because I'm going to want to talk about everything and all that. So, you know, maybe you guys are going to have to like help me on what games should we cover and talk about on the channel. You know, make it at least a little bit easier. And I mean, the feeling that baseball is back and it's in the air, there's always something great and different about it. So yeah, I mean, we are back, baby, and it feels so good to say that. So, woo! All right, guys. So, before I end tonight and this episode of Main Event Baseball with Ryan again, so we are literally only 4 days away from the official beginning of college baseball. So in the next coming days, I will let you guys know what games we will be calling on the channel this weekend in college baseball. Also, guys, then now I count my dates to you guys for ST. That's out. So again, Florida. I'm not going to tell you the games that I will be covering on the channel and have footage on. I'll tell you guys, but not at the moment, guys. But February 28th is the last day of February, and that is when I report to Florida for the Grapefruit League spring training. But other than that, guys, season's back, guys. America's pastime. It's a great time to be alive. It kind of feels a little almost like Christmas if you are a baseball fan. And, you know, just to say that baseball is back is a blessing. I mean, it really is. But before you guys, I end the episode, guys, remember I kicked off this episode with the rumor of Ronald Acuna suspended. He was in the halftime show with Bad Bunny, and I wanted to get you guys' thoughts and input on all of that. I will keep my eye out on the thing regarding Ronald Acuna Jr. At the moment, it is just a rumor that he is suspended. However, if this does turn into a suspension, he very well could be not allowed to play for Venezuela in the upcoming World Baseball Classic. And speaking of the World Baseball Classic, we will do an episode and we will talk about all the teams in the upcoming 2026 WBC. I will not forget that, but you know, at the moment there's been a lot going on in baseball, and so I'll make sure we get to the WBC and we talk a lot about that. But in the meantime, guys, thank you so much for watching. Drop a like. As always, subscribe down below if you have not subscribed already. And have a great rest of your Tuesday. And I will see you all in the next episode. Peace.